Hearing that you guys have the highest number of misdemeanors in the country.
Per capita.
Yeah, we're hearing that you guys rebel. I mean, and this is coming from somebody who just left Columbine High, interviewing people in Denver. But we hear you guys are the rebels, because you know that's their motto, Columbine Rebels. I mean, but what are the misconceptions? Do you want to fill us in on that? I mean, you're talking about you're a bigger Manson fan than people that I'm interviewing in New York City. So is it the...
I wouldn't say I'm like a huge Manson fan. I don't go home and listen to the albums. But as far as like, you know, for a rock and roll performer, what rock and roll is supposed to be in my mind, he embodies that 100%. Nobody else does. I mean, most music is too safe.
Okay, so is it, what embodies rock and roll? Danger?
Danger.
You have to be edgy? Do you have to, you know, have a tune? Do you have to know how to play?
Exactly. It has to be the perfect combination of danger and talent and showmanship. I mean, it's a show. You know, I mean, I grew up on the glam rock of the 70s, and then, you know, that transferred into the glam rock of the 80s, and the performers were bigger than life. If you get up close to them on stage, they look 10 feet tall. You know, they were superhuman. And that's one thing I've always admired about bands and you know, people like Manson. I don't want to go to a show and see a bunch of normal-looking Joes in jeans and a t-shirt up there playing guitars. Any monkey can do that. I want to see something different, you know, something elaborate and spooky or interesting.
So how do the crowds take bands like Kiss when they come through, or Aerosmith, AC/DC? You know, I'm wondering, because it seemed like Manson's performance here was pivotal, and now you're telling me that he didn't even perform, but he did more in 2 minutes than bands have done that tour through here every year for 18 years.
Right. Because they do try to put restrictions on the bands when they come through. They tell them, you know, don't do this, don't say this, don't act like this, don't drink on stage, blah, blah, blah. Of course, everybody does. And when they do rebel against those things, it just incites the crowd even more.